is two bears high-fiving.
Is it really?
Mhm.
That's awesome.
All right.
And because so many people picked it and liked it so much, they actually made a character, the one posted below, and named him Two Bears High-fiving.
In
In
the
the
expansion,
yeah, in the
DLC.
expansion,
Which one is this one?
New Vegas.
New Vegas,
New Vegas.
which that
Oh
had to
my
have come from a mod because that's way better graphics than I recall New Vegas having. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Okay,
that looks
so
very
I've got the
refined.
best joke for you guys. It's not quite from New Vegas because I know shit about Fallout, but we could make it seem like it came from New Vegas. And like, so you hear person's telling it the story, and they're like, "Well, there's not a lot to joke about here." It's like, "No, I got this." Um, so a Dwamish, and I'm changing this out for the generic Indian term. One of the Dwamish goes up to elders, and the elder looks at him and says, like, "You look like you have a question." I do. How do you, uh, elder, name the children when they're born? It's like, I have an answer for this. Okay, a child is born, and I look up at the sky, and I see a bird flying, and I look down at the child, and I say, "Bird over field, that will be your name." It's like, okay. And another child is born, and I look at that child, and I see um, fish swimming in a stream, and I say, "Your name will be Fish Swims in Stream." He's like, okay, but tell me, two dogs fucking, why are you concerned?
Oh,
Nice.
that's slightly potentially offensive and fun. I love it. I've not heard that one. That's great. I'm gonna save that for a party.
Yep, I got a better one for you too. Same level of dirty. So you started off with, you guys have all seen Aladdin, right? And they're like,
Yes.
yeah. Would you believe that I've actually found one of those lamps? I know it sounds crazy. In a, I was in this little antique store, ran across a lamp, rubbed it, boom, genie pops out. And I was so grateful. I'm not going to make the same mistake Aladdin did. So I made sure, like, hey, you grant me my two wishes, and you can be free. That's my first wish. And the genie's like, okay, this is great. And I wish for some money for the first wish, and he's like, no problem, here it is. I didn't wish for anything extravagant. I want to keep it cool. I didn't realize I was having a hard time understanding him until the second, or well, technically my third wish really kind of kicked in. And they're like, well, what do you mean? Like, well, these lamps come from like Iraq and um, all those places over east, and sometimes there's a language barrier. Unfortunately, you can't really go back and redo it once you make the wish. And like, oh, like, so yeah. So instead of being hung like a donkey, I can laugh like one.
I like the 10-inch pianist joke, which is along a similar vein there. Just a very small man playing a piano.
Yep.
You don't think I wished for a 10-inch pianist, do you? Oh, Lord. Well, now that we all need our mouths and ears washed out with soap, who are we? We are missing somebody in the. What happened to.
I think we're missing Joe in Roll20. No. Joe's Greg. Sorry.
We
Uh,
are missing Mr. McPherson.
Yeah, I had to
Uh,
close it out for a second.
Ah, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Still with us. Technical difficulty stuff.
by the way, just so we're clear, it is I do not actually care how you pronounced Greg. But it's one of those running jokes where it's like, every time somebody says a name, it's like no, it's this, but I can't hear a difference between the two. It's that kind of a joke. It's not that I'm actually annoyed at anybody.
Oh yeah, no, keep it going. I'm cool with it. I follow. That's why my answer is always spelled like it sounds.
Yes.
So yes, after the party had invaded the space of Yogi and Boo Boo and put them down. They continued their trek along to the market, wherein there were really no shenanigans there. It was just kind of a little bit of talking about logistics and priorities and stuff, sorting out where things will begin, which chose kind of the middle area to start with the residential and then branch out from there. Warnings about the putrid, foul water that again shouldn't even be there. But the frozen waterfall looks cool, so hopefully that remains. But yeah, there was a little bit of discussion about visiting an oil rig, but you guys as far as I know, you guys have not yet left the Pike's Place Market. You are still there. Welcome to take a rest, recuperate, set your food and sleep and drink meters up to full on your character sheets.
Do they have noodles? Right?
No.
It's not worth staying, guys.
What are the chances I could find a grenade or two to trade for somebody?
Are you wanting
Or,
to
or
acquire grenades, or you have grenades that you want to sell
I
off
am
or
looking
trade off?
to acquire grenades. I do have one flashbang, but I'm really good at throwing stuff, so I'm
Right.
looking for more stuff to throw.
I would first confer with your fellow party members. I feel like unless they've used them all up on giant ghoul monstrosity things, there were some grenades and thrown projectiles. Outside of that, you might want to make that a
We
priority to
might be out
speak
of
to
grenades.
Randy about before visiting the oil rig. He might be able to help you out there. The residents here, none of them will have any on their persons, unfortunately.
No, but at least where is he? Henry. I think it's Henry who's the one who's in charge, or no? I'm thinking of Steve, aren't I?
Do you mean Steve? Yeah, Steve is the one who is in
Yeah.
charge of this settlement now.
Yeah. Crap, I can't even remember what the thought was that went with that. Ugh. But yeah, we got
Um,
everybody here, and we kind of tapped out of the uh, adventure at that point because we were successful and whatnot, and we recommended living in the middle area, mainly because the water in the bottom area is just foul, and we need to get rid of it. And I was thinking about bringing in stuff and turning it into a garden to try to soak up the water and then do purifying agents or fertilizer or something like that. I suppose if we could figure out how to make a sump pump, we could technically run a hose up and out the roof and let it just drain out over the roof.
yes, into other area codes.
Yeah, so I don't have. Well, it's fucking frozen out there. I don't have to worry about anything.
May attract interesting things with the smell. May repel them with the smell. That could go either way.
Yeah, a little 50-50 action. Honestly, I think the sump pump idea is probably the best one I've got so far.
What is a good? Let me check something real quick because I feel like you're kind of maybe onto something there. There's not really a just because of the way of the system. Roll for me your science skill, Mr. Profan.
Sure. Right up, sir. there.
Let's go.
Nailed it. Let's roll.
Noise. So while
Making
I don't
making
believe you were with the party at the time that the restaurant had been cleared out, in between
I
the
was not.
market here and the docks, there was an old Ivers restaurant, as well as the fire station. And the fire station was found to be mostly debris, all salvaged out for most useful things. You haven't put eyes on it on yourself, but if there's anywhere where there would be giant hoses and other kinds of plumbing equipment, that you believe would probably be your best bet. Firefighters back in the day used to utilize large hoses, so they probably have, if you can find an old fire engine or two, or even a good supply closet.
And I'm pretty sure there's enough pipes that are probably second and third floor stuff that I could make use of for any of the equipment that I might need to create a sump pump.
So Spark actually is becoming versed in plumbing technology as he has plumbed out a lot of the dock settlement. If you put your heads together, you might be able to come up with something.
Okay, I like that plan.
You can
Like I
assume
could be the
like
assistant
each of
plumbing
the
lady.
locations will have, at least in the old mall layout, at least an employee bathroom. So, and if not more, like some places will have large sinks. Any of the food service places will have large sinks for doing dishes and stuff like that. So plumbing is
Okay.
definitely something that the overall facility, there are tons of pipes here. Just a matter of, are they broken and worn over time? Are they clogged? Will they still function? Can you find like a pump house, like a central area of control for them? That sort of thing.
Here we go. I finally found it. Page 46 of the Settler Supplement. I want to make a water purifier and just drop it in.
I do not have the Settler Supplement open, and I apologize. Just a moment while excuse me, while I whip that out.
Gross.
Phrasing.
I mean, as long as he wipes it off.
If I can quote Blazing Saddles at any juncture, I will. That was page 46, you said?
Mhm.
Water pump. Oh, wait, nope, you said water purifier.
Yeah.
You might want
Make one.
both.
I
As
make like
far
one
as
or
like,
two of those.
as far as
Plop them down
how
in.
nasty
Let it do
that
it over
water
a few
is,
days.
so let's see. A water purifier will take 4 days to construct, 19 common and 4 uncommon materials. Requires 2 power. There is plenty of water there to be purified. And requires a repair skill of 4. No prerequisite perks.
We still need to finish the power station, though, don't we?
That
That was
is
at the
a work in progress that is being
And
completed.
we left engineers actually working on that as we
Yep.
left.
Yep.
So in theory,
Uh,
it's just going to take a few more days. And I mean that to say, I think we did a couple days of work, but it's like 12 days to get that power station going. So it'll be a hot minute.
Oh, yeah.
All
But
right.
it has begun. And at this location here, there are still some neon lighting and stuff that works. So you know that there's a power, like the city power source, that is miraculously still working in places, can be tapped into.
All right. Or do we want to head straight to the refinery, or or the oil platform, or do we want to head back to uh, town and inventory up before heading out?
The docks is where you have to take off from to reach the oil rig. So you
Oh,
could
well,
definitely, on the way, take a longer stop there, pick up grenades and any other things and stuff that you wanted to. I don't know necessarily that you would have brought a lot of construction materials with you, but there is a ton that can be salvaged at this location. Because you don't need any rare materials for any of your proposed projects, I would say all of the materials are readily available here. It's just a matter of the time and effort.
Then I think we should make the things here and set these people up for success. And then we'll go back and then get the dock thing situated after we visit Randy, get some explosives so that we can make hopefully quicker work of the Queen and get you the armor that they mentioned would be there.
Well, it's speculative. We don't know. But anywhere where there's useful stuff is always good to investigate.
Mm-hmm. And not having a Mirelurk Queen anymore would be very nice.
Right.
Little do you know, they grow
Alright.
extra heads when you chop one off.
Look, I don't need to know what you dream about when you sleep at night.
Hold on, do I see Greg asking people if they have grenades?
Yes, Greg is currently on the lookout for some grenades.
I'm gonna call out as I'm like, Greg. And when he looks over, I'm gonna toss a grenade his way and just like run for it.
Love it.
Greg is terrified, obviously, and dives behind Penny.
Oh,
And then,
Yeah.
and then when nothing happens, he goes and picks it up and shakily says, "Thank you, thank you."
Um,
So,
What would you like in
what,
return?
yeah, what kind of grenade is that?
it's a frag grenade.
All right, so I will drag and just one that you're tossing to him.
Yeah, one at the moment.
Okay, I'm gonna drag a frag grenade onto the character sheet of Mr. Greg and close that up.
Yeah.
You now have in your possession under weapons a frag grenade. It should automatically on your core page. Let me slide over there and check real quick here. Yep, you've got frag grenade, blah 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 blah, things and stuff. All
Perfect.
present on the sheet. Medium range. Ammo is 0 because it doesn't use ammo. It's just a solitary one-use thing. Cool.
Yes.
And I will let you guys continue if you want to talk to Mr. Smooka about what to offer in exchange, if anything.
Yes. Well, I do have an array of goods to offer. Now, given the cost of this here violent detonative device, uh, I could probably swing some Radaway is a similar price, but I'm open to suggestions if there's something in particular you're looking for.
Nah, I'm good. I don't need nothing.
Well, I do appreciate your kindness, then, sir, and I will not look a gift horse in the mouth. I'll tell you that.
Here, stick your hand out for a little bit.
Yeah, okay, yeah, yes.
don't do it.
I dropped another grenade and run.
You are welcome, Greg, to change your inventory number to 2 on the grenades. And as a side note, Greg, you're lucky to actually be speaking to a vault dweller who, while they haven't ever seen a horse, they have been educated and know what horses are. Um, Others present, Alexi and Tyler, you guys probably don't know what a horse is, and so they're just speaking gibberish words.
I just assume it's a vault thing. And if Greg has been around as long as possible, then it's old people talk.
Oh, it definitely is.
Oh, I missed a perfect opportunity there because I was going to have Greg like get all of his idioms wrong. And so it's going to be like, I'm not going to look a dead horse in the dick or something like that. I don't know, but I missed,
Start writing that stuff down. That's going to be great.
right?
did someone post a better? Where is it? Oh, that was text. Damn it! I got excited that someone made a version of the Fry "Shut up and take my money" thing when Hanzo was pointing, "Shut up and take my caps."
Oh, I bet you can find it in a Fallout meme somewhere.
Oh, he's referring to my GIF that just
Yep.
they're randomly shaking a bag of Nuka Cola. I was just trying to find some new Fallout GIF I hadn't used before.
Yeah, that's easier said
Like,
than done.
yeah, I was scrolling for a bit before I'm like, I could do that. Okay, cool. I don't know what it is, but it looks Fallout-y, and they shook a Nuka Cola bag, so I'm like, all right, it's fine.
Well, instead of requesting some form of trade, it looks like Smuka is just going to have a couple favors to bank, I reckon.
Yep.
Grenades go boom.
All right, so I've added a note in Pike's Place underwater. We'll have to do the number crunching for it later, figure out the power situation there, but I've added water purifier 1 as a note just so that I don't forget about that. It will be important to fill this in eventually. There are a few other places where I've not crunched the numbers as far as like income at the kingdom, stuff like that. There are a few things that are accounted for. I think they will be tied into the power grid, so power will be plenty. You'll see the most detail provided in the docs, but that's because everybody's gone out of their way to actually build that up. And I think too, yeah, I need to update the list there because you do have a new leader there who I have not yet updated on that list. That
I think I've
has
got
been
Steve in the right
designated.
category. I've got to go look at sheets now and take a list of survivors. I think it's
Yeah, you guys had moved
dogs
Grace
pipelines.
to the leader of the docs, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, there's just
Yeah,
on that other document, I just have to do some updates. Let me actually put that in my notes so that it will happen.
yeah, I do have Steve listed in
Authors
at least the
and
list of survivors as the.
features.
Okay, cool.
All right. All right, and putting it in all caps so that I'm yelling at myself to make that so. All right. But yeah, so as a side note, it was Sam and Rufus who are currently working on your power thing back at the docks. So while it does have a number of days remaining to complete, you guys are welcome to spend a few days here in getting that purifier set up.
Yeah, I think that would be the easier thing to do. Because again, it sets them up for success and it allows them a resource that we weren't able to make use of earlier. Because
Oh
we
yeah.
can purify the stuff, then all of a sudden they now have running water. Even if they had to hand fill the toilets and then flush them, they would have running. They'd have options.
Oh yeah.
Very true.
Which honestly, given the state of things, that's a lot more than some people get.
They have a nurse handy bot. They have a whole lot more than most people get in this situation.
Very true.
So with that, then, I would like to have Mr. Spark roll up on their survival, or sorry, their repair skill. If anyone would like to be a primary assistant on that, they're welcome to pitch in to that effort. Those who are
Repair,
not
you said?
working on the, what's that?
Repair?
Yes, Spark, I believe, has pretty good repair, and they've been the main plumbing agent. I don't
I
want to
will.
volunteer you, by the way, Spark. If you don't want to work on that purifier, let me know, and I will stop
Oh no,
volunteering you for stuff.
that was the plan. While
Yeah.
people sleep, I do shit.
Right.
I'll help repair and then sleep on off hours kind of thing.
Okie doke. With
Yeah,
that,
we also have Henry came to this one, and he's a engineer.
Henry
Yeah,
can
my repair
definitely
is a
lend a
3.
hand. Henry would know what kind of things to grab as far as salvage on the side, so he can help facilitate those materials that are required.
Okay, give me 1 second. I will give
I
you.
spent an AP, by the way.
Ooh, I think I copied over the AP from the previous screen. There it is. That's going to drop from 5 down to 4.
Oddly
That's
enough, I
one of
wasn't
mine.
helpful.
I will take the extra party pool back up to 5 because he's using his personal stash. So Tyler is
One
good for an
question.
extra pair of hands. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it ended up being a 16 out of 13, so it didn't help. But when I rolled the 3 successes on the idea, did I bank anything about figuring out the sun pump idea and stuff?
With that one, no, that was definitely a long shot because you haven't visited the fire station. It was kind of a very quick passing by, and you're like, oh yeah, oh yeah. So
Okay, cool. No worries.
triggering epiphanies rolling out there. Always good to check though. Definitely good to follow up there.
But he still got 4 successes, so I imagine he did pretty good. Spark got full success.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I at least didn't create a complication.
True.
That would have been kind of sad. You're
Yeah.
just over there mucking up his efforts. Like, damn it. That's like me if I have somebody helping me build like one of those Walmart or IKEA bookshelves or something. If I have somebody helping, they just make it worse. It doesn't matter. Like it's nice to have somebody balance something, but since they can't read my mind, they just make it worse. I'm like, just fucking go away. Let me have space here. That's just me. Maybe I should settle down over
I actually make my wife read me all the instructions because I don't want to read them.
it. See, that actually, I guess, would be maybe a helpful way to contribute. But like the physical contribution, I just get frustrated. Like, no, you're not doing it right. All you have to do is keep that parallel and perpendicular and steady. Why is that difficult? But apparently it is for everyone who ever tries to help me with that sort of thing. But I digress. Enough first world, me having a short temper with little things. Again, the house is burning down. I'm like, yeah, whatever, but this fucking shelf. Anywho, and it takes 4 days to complete the purifier. With your successes there, I was going to allow you to spend. I was going to give it a 3 with the bonus going. If you want to be able to complete that in 3 days, because you do have a couple people who are helping, welcome to do so.
Nice.
So, in those 3 days, I would like to know what Smuka and Alexi and Greg will be up to.
Well, Greg is going to do his best to buy and sell just about everything. Because, it's all about the caps. And so he's also probably going to wander around and see if he can find anything that could be worth a cap or two. And then generally just try and ingratiate himself with the community.
Greg, do you want to go down to the botanical gardens?
Yes, that sounds delightful.
Or yeah, well, I haven't been there yet, and I heard they have stuff. And if we get stuff, then I might be able to make more stuff that then you could sell.
That sounds perfect. I like that plan, sir. Thank you very much.
If
So
y'all are
we,
running up to the kingdom, I recommend running to the Cascadia. There was a survivor, and we were going to send down there to be making herbs.
oh, okay. Is that we can take it around there? Why not?
Let me rewind and clarify. Are you guys leaving the market to go to another settlement?
Oh yeah, we got 3 days.
Do.
Or is that not allowed?
No,
Oh,
you
it's
guys can.
allowed. You guys have
Let's
free agency. You can
go.
do whatever you want.
Okay.
Um,
If they all go with the three of them, they're probably going to be fine.
travel is a little bit slower.
Yeah,
Let me find it.
Evelyn Davis, herbalist. We asked if they wanted to live there, if they would take the herbs that they grow and make, um, like folk meds.
Perfect.
Absolutely. So, will this be? I know it's the first time for Greg visiting the kingdom. Is this the first time for Lexi?
Yep. I
Alrighty.
could take like a letter of introduction or something.
Should we bring an NPC who can help us just in case we get into a scuff, but also maybe who has been there before?
That's going to be limited to present company in the party.
Ah.
But Smuka is not assigned to a task yet. If you wanted to speak to them, they have been there and could accompany you.
Spooker, do you want to go to the drug place?
Drugs.
I mean the plant place.
Let's go.
Okay.
I really hope they up their marijuana. They had so
It's
many
Seattle.
plants
How could
there.
they not?
I'm just saying, they had so many plants there that I had to tell them what they could do with it. They didn't even know they had that option. They had a ton of hemp stuff, so have
You can
you guys a good time.
make some good ropes.
Yep, and if they want information on how to make ropes, I can help with that too.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So out of curiosity, right? If I find a hat that increases my intelligence, and I put on like 10 of those hats, would I become a super genius?
No.
There's only one hat slot.
Right.
I don't know. That gift in the out of game
Right?
chat makes the
Yeah.
difference.
This isn't fucking Skyrim. You can't enchant something into ridiculous benefits. You get one hat plus
Not
one
with that
intelligence.
attitude.
That's it.
Damn. Sad.
You can make it an extremely armored fedora, but you can't make it buff your stats any more than that.
All right. So, given the idea to split up, with a few of you heading down to the kingdom with a quick stop by the docks to accompany the herbalist and anyone else who may be on the roster to move over there,
Yeah.
do
I'll
you
have
all
this.
have a plan to then get back together? Do you have a plan to meet back at the docks, say in a few days, anything like that?
Yeah. I think we're just literally running down, introduce ourselves, to deposit the herbalist, maybe pick up some ingredients for things, and then come back.
Coming back to the docks or coming back to
coming back to the docks while they're so we can meet up while they work on their hump sump.
and once they're done with that, they go back to the docks, I assume.
Yeah, it's Spark and myself. We survived a ghoul horde. I think we can walk back to the docks, or sorry, the Cascadia settlement on our own.
A quick in and out.
Yep. Except I don't think that restaurant is in Seattle.
So we'll meet back up at the docks and then go to the oil rig, right?
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Okay.
Sounds
good.
Like a solid plan.
Before we leave, I would like to just take some of that cable we had before and take 4 of my harpoons and create 2 like tied together harpoons, 2 sets.
Yes, your Trip the Big Guy approach?
Well, look, they provide the option of tripping the big guy, or I could fire one and then fire the other and pin something someplace, or there's all kinds of options. So if we need to make a repair check or whatever, I want to have 4 harpoons, 2 of them tied together with cables.
Ooh, zipline.
I mean, we could. That
We
would probably require a much larger cable. These are more like 20 feet, or less of cable. That would require several, hundreds of feet of cable, although very much doable.
absolutely.
We have a coil of sturdy rope used for constructing traps, shelters, and then I have a little addendum metal cable rope.
Oh yeah, there's definitely plenty available for that. So what I would like you to do is actually roll your big guns skill, but replace the endurance with intelligence.
All right, I can do this.
And you
right.
only need 1 success per pair. So if you're wanting to tie 4 together, like 1 and 1, 1 and 1, you'd only need a success of 2, or a difficulty of 2, 2 successes.
All right.
While that is being set up, quick question for Spark. In regards to your contractor skill, are you utilizing that? I do see you have the rank 1.
Yes. Pretty much anything I do automatically uses it.
Additional dice. I want to make sure this works. We're gonna do that. Oh, it didn't prompt me to use a different.
You have to click on the ability, and then you'll see a drop-down list appear, and then.
I'll change it. Interesting. All right.
Yep.
Then don't do that. Cancel. Okay. Cancel. Cancel. Okay. All right. Big guns. Change to intelligence, which I literally think it doesn't change it. Doesn't change how to change it at all. Big guns. Okay. And then we'll do 2 additional dice. Submit.
I would spend a luck point to re-roll the 20.
Yeah, I can do that. Oh, actually, I have a lab coat. Does that allow me to reroll a intelligence-based thing when I'm wearing it? Hold on.
There will any stats attached to the lab?
Yeah, reroll a single 1d20 on int-based test.
Oh, nice.
I would absolutely allow that. Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna do this easy. All right, just yep. So that's just another success.
That will grant another success. All right, so that means you can bank that momentum, as you will, or action points rather. I'm used to saying momentum from Star Trek. You can bank that extra action point that you have earned, and your new connected harpoon spears will function as you intend.
Okay, so now I'm down to 9 just freestanding spears, and then I have 2 pairs of connected ones. So I'll keep that in mind. Gear. Harpoon bolo. All right. Are you guys ready to journey to the place?
Kingdom.
Yes.
Amazing. Let's go.
See you guys in a few days.
All right. Well, the Pike's Place market location becoming a little more comfortable, a little more habitable. Meanwhile, a trio of our other intrepid heroes will be making their way to the kingdom. Here is the main entrance, kind of a side entrance where you guys have commonly entered the place. It was previously not particularly well protected, but now, thanks to the encouragements of Buchanan and other party members, has definitely raised the bar. You are present. There is now, of course, better security at that door. Smuka is doing circles in the parking lot.
Doing donuts. Let's go.
Greg probably would have brought Penny.
That makes a lot of sense. Bloop.
All right, Smuka, you have to introduce us because we've not been here before.
Okay. I don't think I've been here before, have I? No, I have been here. Yeah, it's cannibals. Let's go.
They're not cannibals. What? Where are you getting that?
They don't know
Oh,
that.
cannabis. I thought you said cannibals, not
I did say
cannabis.
cannibals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They don't know that.
I mean, we've talked about this place several times, and that fact has never come up. So I'm going to choose to disbelieve you.
It's true. It's true.
Did we stop by to pick up that herbalist?
Of course, she does not have her own token to be represented.
Okay.
But yeah,
But she is here. Okay.
yeah, you can actually. Let me have a look at the survivors here. Kingdom. Evelyn Davis is the only one, actually. It looks like that will be brought here, so she will definitely be in tow. And she will be eager to see what they have to offer. She heard about, yes, thank you for the little stick figure there. She has, of course, heard about the kingdom. She has not been there herself yet, but she was given directions by Tyler previously about what to anticipate and what to contribute there as such.
All right. Greg, do you want to hang back just so we can give them a heads up? I don't know if they've had ghouls here before.
I believe that would be a good idea. Yes, I usually go over better with a familiar introduction.
Oh yeah,
Amazing.
Greg, you will be pleasantly surprised to find out that there are survivors here. Um, Yourself and the other that trades on the surface this have avoided this area because further north, there of course was that square where the super mutant was. That was a deterrent. At this place specifically, the first time the party came here, they had to fight a couple of super mutants that were harassing a family that was making their way from the south. So it wasn't necessarily safe out here, but you can tell that it's very calm, quiet, collected. In contrast, Smuka, how would you like to introduce yourself? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I assume that prior to leaving to go here and on the way here, I'm talking to my party members, and they are telling me all of the stuff that they went through to make it so calm and peaceful. So then it's not like I'm showing up and like, oh God, I'm freaking out. It's I'm surprised, but still expecting there to be actual civilization.
Oh yeah, you've definitely gotten an update. It takes a good since there's not a heavy blizzard going now. It's going to take a good little bit of travel, just moving by foot and still trudging through some snow, but it's not impeded as it sometimes is by heavier weather. So you'll be arriving definitely a couple few hours before sunset. And you guys had voted in Smuka as your go-between for the moment while encouraging Mr. Houston to hang back. Smuka, what is your approach to the door?
I knock on it and go ding dong, ding dong.
and he's going to run away.
Have you seen Boondock Saints 2?
It was a long time ago.
I don't think I have. No, I definitely haven't.
All right, well, there's that for you. The dude in the movie, he's trying to think of a good way to make an entrance and stuff, and he comes up with what I just posted into the chat there. Ding dong, motherfucker, ding dong. I actually made that I got a mod where that's the level up sound in my Fallout game, which is great. I don't think that's going to be part of Creation Club. I think you have to go to Nexus Mods for that. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, for those of you who care. Moving right along, your ding dong will be answered
Oh,
by the familiar face of one Mr. Snowden. He doesn't have his whole family there, but the families in the kingdom don't have separate tokens. They are family units, so you will see him there. You will recognize Leonard as the one who they've set on the doors. He's an experienced survivalist, skilled hunter, so he often goes back and forth in and out of the location compared to others. Don't break down the door like Big Bird. That's frightening. And because they have their technology set up in such a way, they're able to get some of their monitoring equipment functional. Leonard will very slowly have the doors slide open. He will step out, armed, looking cautiously about. Will give a nod, a familiar smile to Smuka, who he recognizes as one of the vault dwellers who had been here before. And looks past, says, "Ah, you've brought some new survivors with you, it appears."
Yeah. I brought one of them is a package, and the other two are cannibals.
this is not true.
Says, and that Brahmin looks pretty well loaded. Is that equipment that you're bringing us and dropping off, or is this the first leg of
No,
the trade network, or any kind of trails off to let you fill in?
no, that's Greg's. And I point at Greg.
I shot off in the distance. It's actually pronounced Greg.
Oh, he's got a bit of a raspy voice. Is he okay? We don't want to have any
He's a
Yeah.
illnesses
ghoul.
coming. He's a what?
A ghoul,
Uh,
but he's a friendly ghoul.
how is that?
Apparently,
How is
they're
he
friendly
not?
ghouls.
How is he not
It's not.
attacking you or us or the Brahmin?
We, he came to I always forget the name of it. The docks and traded with us, and then we talked to him a little bit. Apparently, there are some ghouls around that are like live underground and talk and have a whole little town.
It
So
talks.
they talk and crack jokes, and he's a trader.
I mean, if
trades.
he's
Not a bad kind of trader.
He is a
not
person.
stab us in the back.
He's a person that trades. Yeah.
well, I mean, if he's a friend of yours, if he's part of your group, of course they are welcome. I want to give me a moment to give a heads up to others. There are some of the survivors here have only had bad interactions with ghouls before. We've even lost some friends and associates, so you can give me a moment to break it to them gently that you guys are arriving. You said that he has goods to trade. That'll definitely sway things in his favor. Go ahead, get inside from the elements. Let me get the door shut behind. And then you can kind of wait over here in the tunnels. I'll get in there real quick and come back for you.
I'm Alexi, by the way.
Ah, yes, Alexi, of course. Sorry, forgive me my manners. We don't meet a lot of new people. I'm Leonard.
Hi, Leonard. This is she's a herbalist person, also from the docks. We brought her here because she could be helpful.
Oh,
She
of
does
course.
plant stuff.
Ooh, yes. Well, we've got plenty of that going on. We will definitely appreciate any contributions that can be offered. We've got even some extra space. Kind of discussed previously a little bit of exchange of personnel, but I reckon this stands to be the first. But yes, let me go ahead and go ahead a little bit. Give them the heads up about your arrival. I'll be back shortly.
All
Pardon
right.
me, I had to
Well,
sneeze, so I luckily caught the mic in time. Pardon that, I'm back.
And I sneak inside. No, I'm messing with you.
Oh, you don't
we're
have to
we're
sneak.
inside.
He's invited you. Yeah.
Yeah, we're like in a waiting room. You know, all the vaults have like that fun room where they scan people for radiation. We probably have Craig wait outside of that because he's gonna scan, you know, as radioactive.
Ah, well, this is likely to be Alexi's first time inside a sports stadium. Out of game, you can, of course, anticipate. This is actually the vault is underground here and is an unofficial vault that was constructed with extra pieces and kind of a backup plan when the people working on another vault saw that there wasn't a contingency plan for them, so they started making some of their own. So that's kind of the origin of this place. But yeah, so you guys would be essentially would be a long tunnel that leads directly to the main field, if you will.
Like that outer
Cool.
concourse area that has those entrances that lead into the field.
Yeah.
So you don't have to wait long. There's a couple minutes and comes back and says, well, looks like a lot of interested parties are coming up to the surface to greet. They're eager to see what trade goods might be available. A few of them have brought some of their own to exchange if you're interested. But Mr. Houston, you said?
Yes, Houston. It's spelled just like it sounds. Hywestin. Houston. Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm sure it is. Well, don't take personally. You might get some sour looks from people who are less inclined to even believe in a talking ghoul. Some people be a little bit on edge. I've encouraged them to behave. Kind of a new venture in working with other survivors. So just please be patient and try to have a little bit of a thick skin. Don't take those looks or wayward comments personally.
Oh, don't you worry about it. I've had quite a while of enduring such looks and wayward comments. I will tell you, I assure you that I do not offend easily. But I do look to make myself known as a friend to everyone. So, just in general, Greg is just going to continue talking as much as possible as soon as he sees any person whatsoever. Um, that's his sort of way of being like, hey, I'm not a regular ghoul, I'm a talking ghoul, and I might be kind of interesting and friendly and stuff like that.
Of course, yes. I'm trying to get our stick figure lady properly adjusted in size here. This is not very well cooperating though. All right, well, that'll do. So he gives a nod and gestures for you to follow. You're brought out. The darkness of the tunnel will change to wide open light. You see the ruins of a stadium. The central area has been cleared out for the most part. You do see places where collapse has caused buildup of debris. There are places where the roof had been in ill repair. So definitely some of the snow and weather has gotten in, but if I properly move the tag over, yes, you should see all of that. Also, too, depending on how zoomed out you might be, you can get a picture of the different families, the people who inhabit here as such. Each of you will have, over time, of course, you'll be able to get to know them, their personalities, their functions. Each in the kingdom folder, each family has on the bio page a quick little readout as to who they are, what they contribute. So again, there are a couple people who might have goods to offer.
Can
They,
you
of
post
course.
the PDFs in Roll20? I'm
What?
having to run the Discord off of my phone, so I can't download the PDFs right now.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Let me
Is
track
there?
those down. And
Because I'm going to buy drugs, but I need to know the ingredients I need for the drugs.
of course, yeah. So let's
Okay.
see. That'll be the core, the Wanderers, and the Settlers supplement. Now I want to go PDF. Let me see if I have any of them in the library. What in the hell is all that? Those are PDFs that I haven't even personally loaded. What is? Wonder if they come
If you
from
just drop,
some.
if you just drop the links in there, I can copy them from there. It's fine.
I was just checking to see if I had previously loaded them.
You should be able to drop a Discord link to the PDF into Roll20, and then it should allow them to download it from the cloud effectively at Discord.
I was going to load the actual PDF into Roll20, so then you don't have to go those extra steps of downloading stuff onto the phone. Unless that is the preferred way, I can have it just added into as a handout.
As long as there's a link I can click on, I should be fine.
Well, it looks like the core book is going to be too large.
No.
So
All right,
let's see.
just the drive links should be fine, and I can open Drive.
Yeah, I don't have them on like a Google Drive or anything. Let me go here. This will be the Wanderer supplement. I just have to scroll through Discord and find those different book postings.
All right, great.
All right, there is the core. And perhaps the Settler supplement has not yet been loaded into at least the
I don't think the
campaign
Settler
chat.
supplement had any drug stuff in it either, anyway. So, or at least nothing that I cared too much about. So, the core is the
Okay.
one I should be good with. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, of course. And just in case, I'll get that uploaded in there. Doesn't hurt to have that there. Oh, and that's going to take a slice of forever. All right, well, good. The one that you didn't necessarily need will be available hopefully by the end of the session. I don't know. It looks like it's going to be pretty darn slow. Hopefully those links will work for you there, though.
Yep.
Perfect. I will cancel the addition of loading up PDFs directly. So yes, you will find a bunch of survivors that look to be in pretty good health, pretty good hygiene. Most survivors you meet just are in terrible shape, but these guys are all pretty good and pretty good disposition. Happy kids. I don't know when the last time you actually saw a healthy, happy child was. Even the ones at the docks are a little bit rougher around the edges. These ones are of cleaner and a little bit of a happier disposition. Just kind of that more comfortable living instead of having to struggle harder. It looks like they've been allowed to have some measure of an actual childhood. Again, rare in post-apocalyptic world.
Okay. She's here to join you all and show you and learn and create more stuff. And then Houston is here to trade for things that you might want to trade for, and I'm here to get things to make drugs.
And I'm just here.
Just
Greg is going to once again attempt to use the children as a means of getting his foot in the door with the adults and try and gift them something tasty, like maybe the sugar bombs. Is that actual edible stuff, or is that like irradiated garbage now?
So that's a really good question. Let me double check the sugar bombs just on the factor of being irradiated. I don't know if mechanically in the game it irradiated 1 combat dice. So if you can find a box that is better preserved, perhaps from a shelf that was less exposed, why don't you go ahead and on your character sheet in the upper left-hand corner, there is a happy face. If you click that, it will let you roll custom dice. Let's see if the sugar bombs that you have in your person are in fact irradiated or not. Because you might have had them if they were protected underground and stuff. You might have a fresh box that is not contaminated.
Faces, just roll 2 of a combat dice or whatever.
Just one.
Just one.
Yep.
Okay.
The box you have, unfortunately, is very irradiated.
Darn. Well, that makes sense. Okay.
Go ahead, though. Instead of that, that is definitely a good offer, but roll for me your speech. Let's see if you can make a good impression on them.
Okay.
Because there will be some whose parents are kind of like, no, don't approach the nasty man. There'll be a couple of kids who come up and are like, hey, what's wrong? What happened? Where's your nose? People have noses. Where you don't, though.
Wow.
Holy. I was going to make that only a difficulty of 2, so you're welcome to bank a couple of action points off of that.
Excellent. If Greg can do nothing else, Greg can talk his ass off.
That's absolutely true. That is your forte.
Meanwhile, if you want proof, look at his face. He talked his nose off last time.
Yeah.
Mr. Anderson is going to approach Alexei, who had expressed an interest in the drugs. He is the resident expert in botany and such. He's not the only one necessarily, but he will approach you and the newcomer, the nice lady that you are bringing to join them, and he will say, hey, if you would like, while they are undergoing a bit of trade and such, I can take you down below, let you get a look at the crops and the operation we have going here. It is quite an impressive hydroponics layout. Whoever built this vault definitely had long-term considerations, and we have, from what we've heard, of course, we've been able to take it for granted having survived here for a while, but what we understand of the outside world, we're pretty blessed with our setup.
Yeah, sounds great. I would love to see what you have.
Very good.
He's genuinely curious and interested.
Follow me, won't you?
I follow him.
So back inside the tunnels, there were a couple of forks, which different hallways that go off into different areas. He's going to lead you back in and then take you around, and then down one that winds down and through an actual vault door. And then you shall see, as the tour begins, he's going to point out tons of fun. You will see, of course, some of the domiciles, which have been there long enough to be personalized. You will see lots of goods, a lot of tomatoes. And mind you, these are not the potatoes of the surface, which are kind of a hybrid between tomatoes and potatoes. These are actual tomatoes, pre-war vegetables growing here.
So I am going to be strangely, completely unimpressed by the actual food. And I'm only going to be looking for these things.
Well, the only thing that they'll specifically have from that list is going to be the carrots. The other things, what they do have can kind of take the place of. You can find proper replacements for bloodleaf and tarberry. Nothing here in the way of glowing fungus or brain fungus. Hub flower as well. So the leaf of their medicinal plants can take the place of the bloodleaf, and the flowering part can take the place of the hub flower. A very versatile plant that you have never seen before, but it, well, depends on your own taste. Could smell nice and aromatic, could be pungent and off-putting. I found that to be an acquired taste. Not that I'm an expert or anything.
All right. I immediately expressed a sizable amount of interest in these things, and then I'm like, oh, I guess we should probably take some just regular food back. They would probably appreciate that. What do you how do you guys trade here? Like, do you need anything? Is there something we can give you?
Well, as per the previous arrangements made, the actual trade network itself has yet to kind of begin its official conveyance between here. And that's actually what they thought you guys were, which is on the verge of being ready, I think, but has just simply
It's
not
going to
set
be very
up. So they
soon.
actually have been preparing some baskets and bags for that very purpose. So they have all ready to go, like some burlap sacks that have some of the herbs and plants and foods.
Oh, here
Are
I
they
know.
burlap or are they hemp?
Oh, I probably am. Look. I have an idea. We brought this person that will help with all making of stuff out of the materials you have here. Uh, I know uh, the doctor came here to show you all how to do some things. If you want, I can show you how to make Radaway and stim packs. And if you take that knowledge in exchange for whatever of the things you can provide me that I'm asking for, that can serve as trade for right now. And then once the actual network gets going, then you can do all that stuff later.
So, well, that definitely will be appreciated in the long term. In the shorter term, did you happen to bring any kind of ammunition? I think there's been talk about that being a most scarce resource, and our immediate surrounding area has really mostly been scavenged out and been very hard for us to come by that. We have people who can, possibly construct from base materials rudimentary ammunition, but even that has been out of reach.
I just am like, I have a gun and I have 20 bullets for this gun, and you can have it.
Greg does have a small amount of ammunition on Penny that he could provide.
I've got a 10 millimeter pistol that I am never going to use again, and I've got 20 bullets for it. So that I will offer that up as well as part of the trade package.
Mr. Anderson will nod in approval, say that should do well. I can't speak for the whole community. You'll want to have anything official run through individuals, or of course, I think it was Mr. Cooper who was, yes, Eli is their local elected leader.
All right. Well, I'll go back since this is part of some sort of negotiation now. I'll go back to Houston and say, and once he's done the endearing himself to the children, tell him what the stipulations of this short, immediate, current trade negotiation is.
Well, when you return, he has made progress enough to be able to kind of open up from his Brahmin packs, some of which he has to offer. And even the basic stuff that is a hard sell, like that brush, that hairbrush, stuff like that, they're going to be interested in. Just in general, like the general populace will be interested in the basic goods in addition to survival gear. But very specifically, the community as a whole can benefit from actual ammunition and weapons.
Can they benefit from any of my ammunition? I have arrows, 308, 50 cal, railway spike.
They would be
and the fusion core, I
interested.
suppose.
They would be interested in the spikes, but not for they don't have a railway gun. They would use it for something else. But all of the above.
Does anybody need? We've got 34 rounds of 10 mil, and we got 82 rounds of 45 mil. Does anybody care about any of those?
They will make it work. They are interested in any of and all of it.
No, I'm talking about a narc party. Like, does anybody use 45 caliber or 10 millimeter stuff?
I mean, I have a 10 mil, but I don't think I've ever actually shot it, and I got 30 rounds in my inventory, so
Yeah, that's
I don't care about party.
I have a 10 mil and I've got 20 rounds and I've never touched it. So here's some of the things we can offer up. So we've got two 10 mil guns, 10 mil pistols. We've got between him and I 50 rounds plus another 34, so 84 rounds of 10 mil ammo. And then we've got 82 rounds of 45.
That is a lot.
So, and this is purely something that I'm negotiating or offering up to get as much of whatever of these I can get at the right now. Obviously, we'll get our trade network going here in a little bit, but this is purely for immediate trade. This. And Greg, feel free, Mr. Houston, if you've got other things that you want to include in this. Here's what I would like.
Are they at all interested in a bow and a couple arrows? I do have an extra bow, and I have 10 arrows.
They are not. They look at you funny. The kids think it might be a toy, so you could talk them into playing with it. But no, they definitely want something more on the shoot, shoot, bang, bang level.
I see.
Are you guys having Greg run point on that?
Oh, 100% yes. 1,000% yes.
All right. So it will be Eli who is going to approach, and will thank you for opening up the discussion. And he says, well, if the actual trade network is to be considered later, I don't see anything wrong with, again, we have an abundance to offer in way of what Mr. McPherson is looking for. He looks over at Greg as the primary trader, says, well, what do you have in mind, as he asks you to make a bartering check.
Yes. Bartering check. I can do that. Uno momento. Give me 1 sec. Barter. There we go.
Ooh, look at that.
With a critical, they are willing. Well, actually, let me rewind. You only need 2 successes, but if you want to spend all 3, rather than making an action point, you can sway their favor further. I don't want to reveal anything more until you make that decision.
Oh yeah, no, I would absolutely do that. Yes. I am a friend to everybody, and I would rather have their favor. Yes.
So they're going to be eager, of course, to acquire the ammunition. And because they have an abundance of supply, they're willing to trade that across for equal value. They'll tilt it up in favor of Alexi's offer to teach the building of stim packs and Radaway. They have a few people that they would like to have part of that lesson. If you guys would be willing to spend a day or 2 here facilitating that, teaching, testing, correcting, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we got 3 days, so.
Yep. What kinds of things are they looking to send with us? Like fresh veggies and stuff like that, or what?
Right now, they're specifically looking at the list that was requested by Alexi. Again, there's no glowing fungus or brain fungus, but the rest can
Mhm.
be facilitated. I just needed to scroll to the place where it talks about those items.
Greg would also be interested in any um, oddities that they might have, that they might think are, I don't know, interesting enough to sell to me. Um, I can't think of anything in particular, but all of the stuff that's under the other category, things that are probably useful that a lot of people just have lying around that they might sell just for fun.
I updated the party inventory.
Yeah, so as far as they are going to have a lot in the way of sporting equipment. Okay, let me rewind. In chapter 4 of the Wanderer's Guide on page 123 and 124, respectively, you've got household items, sporting equipment. Next page has workplace items. They have a lot to offer from the workplace items because they're offices that haven't been salvaged just because they have less need for the stuff they're in. And there's specifically a family that specializes in making defensive equipment and gear out of sporting equipment. So they have a lot of that, both in the base and constructed, like the baseball helmets with the cage and stuff like that. They're
Mhm.
not going to have anything advanced, so nothing necessarily from the science and technology, like solvents and turpentine and stuff. And household items would be fewer between. Some minor things have been salvaged, but they're not going to have available a lot of that because, again, the area that they're in is not residential, nor was it previously. It was more of a commercial zone, if you will. Alexi will BRB. And to answer Smuka's question now that he is back, they do not have any noodles. They do have base grains that are being grown here. So if somebody was savvy enough, you could teach them how to make flour and then noodles. If you know how, they don't.
That's that's not
Jackie could help.
noodles.
Jackie is well versed in that, but she's back at the docks.
Yeah,
If you bring
that's not
Great.
extra grains to her, she will happily build great or get more noodles cooked up. You do know that grains are one of the things not in the gardens at the docks. So noodle supplies, while you have been enjoying them and you've been eating most of them, are dwindling quickly. And you just now be having that epiphany as you reflect on how many noodles you've eaten since this game began.
Yeah, if they take me to the grains, I'm just gonna tell them that's not noodles, and that's it. I'm gonna walk away. I'm not smart enough to understand. Okay, guys.
Uh,
If it's not noodles, not noodles.
You're not
Greg
wrong.
may have overheard the request for noodles and says, I've got a couple cup of noodles for a nominal fee. You understand?
Instant noodles.
Noodles
It counts.
does count.
Not the same as fresh, but quick and readily available. Just add hot water. Or eat, used to call them ghetto chips when you take top ramen and sprinkle the stuff on and eat it raw. Anyway,
Yep.
Oh. Mm. See, how much is he asking for noodles?
uh,
Noodles, it says, are worth 20 each, 20 caps each.
What?
I'd say I would uh, perhaps be requesting trade within say 10% of that. Maybe I'd do like 18 as a friends and family discount sort of a thing.
Mm. Normally I get my noodles for free. It's a hard decision.
It doesn't have to be money. It could be anything. If you have a
Anything.
child, you could sell me a child.
What's gonna do with the child? Here, I toss him another grenade.
Uh,
That for
he,
noodles?
he once again jumps behind Penny just in case it's
Well,
live.
this time I don't run away because
Yeah, 50. That should give you. You know what? I'll give you three.
I'll take one and then walk away. As soon as he said
You'll
yeah,
take.
I don't wait to finish talking. As soon as he say yeah, I'm gonna take one and walk away.
I want your three. I was gonna give you three.
No, I'm already gone. I'm gone already.
All right.
off in the corner to ravenously feast. By
Yeah,
the way, I don't know if you have
well,
utensils that you keep on you. You are eating those noodles with your fingers, unless.
that's okay.
Nom 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 nom.
Only to find out they don't taste as good as the noodles at the docks. Sad.
Noodle hater.
Sad.
I'm back.
Yeah, sorry, I had to step away for a moment. My wife got back from the gym only to show me that she had ripped one of her nails off.
Oh my gosh,
Ooh.
like entirely?
Yeah, not the press-on thing, but I mean the nail.
Ooh,
Whole
God.
tooth.
Ugh. Ah. So I can handle gore, but not weird, tortury finger. Shivers.
Like not even halfway, like the whole thing.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Stop saying the words.
so you know on your finger near the skin where that's a slightly lighter area.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where the new one's growing in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about all that's left.
Gah.
at least it'll grow back. Just like I
It
think.
does
Should,
grow
con, con,
back, but I shiver in empathy because, oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, so
congratulate
Nah.
her.
Tell her I don't believe her. Pixar didn't happen.
yeah, I can
Crazy,
send you pictures, but I'm
You
not gonna
guys
make
are
a statement.
absolutely terrible.
crazy.
Why are there two Meyerler queens here? I don't know. Why don't you go back and
Why are they focusing Greg?
Congratulations. Just tell her mad props on her super dedication to her gains.
Yeah, because she
Yeah.
had to drive the truck home with the finger,
Yeah.
Oh god.
and I guarantee you it'd be a very different discussion if she had wrecked the truck.
Damn.
All right.
But yeah, no, at least it'll grow back. It's not like all the way to the back.
Oh no, I took her in there, we cleaned everything out, I put bandages on it, and then told her like, I think tonight you could maybe double up on your gummy usage.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like, dude, it's gonna be sensitive. Like, it's
For a
funny
while.
how sensitive things are. Like if you slam your thumb into something and then use your hand for stuff and realize that every time you do something, it sends a pulse of pain down your arm.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, we got her on some acetaminophen as well because she can't have ibuprofen.
Oh yeah, good call.
So she's as medicated up as we can make it, and then she's just gonna go lay down now.
Sounds like a great time.
It sounds like
Yep.
a good opportunity to win bonus husband points by like bringing her water or stuff
Oh,
like
let's back up 1 second.
things like that.
If anyone's has bonus husband points, she's the one in the deficit.
Well,
I
I
have
mean,
done so much shit. So much shit. Like the last cruise that we were going on, she found out her passport had been expired, and I'm the one who found out about the state Arizona passport office being in Tucson about a 90-minute drive one way, and got her there in time on the day and sat in for 6 hours to get their passport so that they didn't waste $6,000.
Goodness
Jeez.
gracious.
Yeah. And I can keep going. That's
Mhm.
just, if anyone is in a deficit on points, it's her.
Mm.
A fact that her mother and her grandmother don't let her forget. They all come over like, "How's Brian doing? He's great. You look wonderful." I'm like, "You didn't do anything to make him mad, did you?" And I'm just like, she never, like, we're just making sure, honey. Sometimes she gets testy.
All right.
She's like, "Why do my parents love you more?" I'm like, "Because I'm awesome."
Did we get all of our stuff from this negotiation that Houston has done so expertly?
The only thing was in locating, I'm still trying to find the actual items for like the leaf and stuff, just so I can get an equivalent trade amount that's fair to slide across.
Oh, like the value?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find like the readout of those base because I probably just keep scrolling past it. I know it's not a huge list.
Uh, that's a tartberry juice. It's not the raw material.
Right, yeah, that's what I keep on like, am I missing it? Like, what's going on here? But I know it's going to be in there somewhere. Like, okay, I think I might have found it now because there's mutt fruit and there's tarberry. Okay, cool. So pages plural 149 through 151 are going to have
All right.
those. And because they have in such a plenty, as far as, and they offered again equivalent value in trading across the, oh, you might have to flip back and forth. For your sake, stay on that consumables page. Let me go back up to the ammo because you had a ton of like 10mm bullets.
We had like 80 some odd 10mm, 80 some odd 45mm, and two 10mm pistols.
Yeah, so just gonna put into the chat here so I don't have to flip back to it. So that was 0.38.
I don't see Bloodleaf listed on here though.
Was there 5mm or what were again though? Let's see, 10
10,
mil and 45.
10mm and 45 caliber, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Beverages.
For the sake of just reading that clear, and then 0.45.
Let's see. Tarberry is cost 5. Carrots is the same. Cost 3.
For the sake of awesome bartering, take 1 coin, or cap rather, off of those costs for the trade value.
So Bloodleaf and Hubflower. Is Hubflower on here?
Let me check.
Yeah,
the
Bloodleaf and
Polymers
Hubflower.
guide.
Hubleaf and Bloodflower. Bloodleaf and Hubflower are not on that list. Tarberry and carrots are.
Some vehicles there.
And honestly, the ones that are missing are the ones that I'm more interested in. So let me know how much they're worth.
That
So
is how, in fact, it would go. It would figure that the two things.
oh, Houston wants to play baseball and a kickball. My God, he's just into balls.
Yes, those will be available
He's
in
a baller.
abundance. Just a couple of kickballs; those aren't popular, but definitely baseball gloves and baseballs will be in abundance for you.
Someone needs to learn how to cook Yaguai ribs. +2 physical damage resistance until the end of the next scene. That's real good, boys.
Yum-y. I don't know why I keep scrolling through the book so much. Let me just check real quick to see what's in the compendium. I know
It's
that
on
the
the internet.
Wastelanders book isn't in there, but like the Bloodleaf and that is just really not helpful. Thanks, writers of the book, for leaving out key ingredients. Good job. I think, just to save time, because yeah, they're not in the core book. So I would like to find something close to equivalent and go with that. So the tarberry will be the equivalent,
Now the tarberry's in there. Oh, sorry.
right? So that'll be equivalent to uh, the blood leaf. As far as the hub flower, that one will have a little bit of higher rarity. I'll make that equivalent to the brain fungus, so that'll have a cost value of 6.
All right.
And then again, the
All right.
tarberry has a cost value of 5. And they also, too, that will be 4 and 5 respectively because of the bartering done by your friend Greg.
All right. So 4 for bloodleaf.
In this exchange, yes.
Yeah. All right. And
5 for the hub
5.
flower.
5 for hub flower. Okay, cool. All right. I'll do some maths on that. You guys can do whatever else.
I was looking at some of the other items. You said that they would have some of the workplace items as well. Yeah.
Yes, yes, indeed.
I think they would likely have a bag of fertilizer, and I think that's probably something I can sell to a couple different places,
Absolutely.
um, as well as metal tools.
Hammers, screwdriver, spanners, yes. They have raided a few supply closets and such, so they will have some of that. Um, and then on the salvage, when you see those base materials, you can get some of that as well. They'll have like janitor's closets that they can raid, so they'll definitely have. And again, I don't know if they have it in the Wanderer's Guide. I know they added to it as far as some of the like the washing detergent and stuff, which I forget the name of top of my head. Abraxo. They will have stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As far as
Oh,
like again, the household items are very few and far between, but they're definitely
Mm-hmm.
going to have Abraxo. They're going to have mops. I'm just kind of very quickly perusing the list here.
yeah. Give me 10. Give me 10 of them and Braxo cleaners. I actually do need some of that too.
Lots of Abraxo. Are you going to start up a Breaking Bad situation? Like
No, there are drugs that require Braxo.
oh cool.
So like yes,
I'm
Matt,
glad I
I'm
mentioned
cooking
it.
meth.
Yeah.
Is it a drug? Yes. Am I cooking it? Yes.
All right, well you got to shave your head and find some glasses.
Done.
Or actually, Tyler, he can be the one. He just needs glasses because he already has his head shaved. You can be the Jesse character. Uh, I haven't watched Breaking Bad. I just see a lot of memes and stuff, and it's on my to-do list. Someday maybe.
All right.
So yeah, a lot of happy trade going on, a lot of good exchange. Oh no, I didn't want that. Close that. And then, of course, Evelyn is going to be very pleased and intrigued by what is offered here in their hydroponics systems. So she's spending a lot of time talking with Mr. Anderson about that. She's going to bring in the Harlans. I think it's Mrs. Harlan who has some medical and first aid. Let me double check that. Yeah, Emma is skilled at makeshift medical treatments and first aid. So she's definitely going to jump on that bandwagon with everybody, diving into those discussions and how those new applications can be applied. Of course, Tyler did send instructions with Evelyn.
Yep.
So they're all going to have a pretty active confab. You've definitely risen their spirits. It's kind of been very humdrum day to day. This is something new and exciting that they get to grasp onto. So they have high enthusiasm. an eagerness to learn, produce. So it's very infectious. This has gone, and also too with Greg's coming in, making the kids like him, and then opening up to some fun bartering stuff. Spirits are high in the kingdom, and you guys weren't even a main trading visit, although that's part of it is the spontaneous. Hey, we've got visitors and they got stuff.
We thought we'd bring them down to say hi, introduce you, making connections. Community grows.
Yeah, absolutely. The only negative thing was Smooka eyeballing some grains and being like, "That's not noodles," and then taking off.
I gotta tell them how it is. Those are not noodles.
I mean, technically, you're right.
Is there somebody in the kingdom who is the like primary uh trader?
Oh, trader. Yeah.
Yeah, like the face of whoever is going to be receiving and sending out goods or whatever.
I think Eli, Mr. Cooper, is kind of the main one there. The others have trade goods available, and some of them produce stuff.
The
This
reason
is
reason I
Poker is
ask
also medic.
the reason I ask is I have a couple magazines, and they are primarily like trade based um, perks and stuff like that. I figured that you put them in my inventory specifically for me to trade them, not for me to use them. Um, and so I figure, if we're friendly, it'd be kind of interesting, or not interesting. It'd be nice to give whoever it is that is doing the dealing, wheeling and dealing, perhaps tales of a Junktown jerky vendor, um, so that he's better at haggling.
So that they 100% anything in your inventory, you're welcome to use yourself, first of all. So have at it if you like. I would say the kingdom, the people there aren't necessarily trained in or naturally attuned to very specifically the art of bartering. You would definitely find that at those who stayed back at the docks. The
Mm-hmm.
shopkeepers there, I would say, probably would benefit the most besides yourself. The people here, there could be a temporary boost for them, but in this situation you guys are in now, with the sweet talking and what you're offering, it's kind of moot, I would say. And again, none of them are
Okay.
very specifically like the trader of the settlement in the way that
Okay.
you have that amongst the ghouls.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. Good to know. In that case, I will hold on to my magazine for now.
All right. Well, with the high spirits, the togetherness that is being wrought here, a lot of happy faces, smiling kids. Over the course of the next couple days, you guys will be kept comfortable. You'll be fed. You get to try some nice samplings. Everything is very basic. They don't have the convenience of like spices, so everything is very plain, but it's also very fresh, very filling. Um, Greg, you'll remember what tomatoes used to taste like, and I think you'll be the only one here who, out of the party anyway, who's like, oh my gosh, this is an original tomato, not what they've mutated into on the surface. I forgot what it was like.
Uh,
It would be
yes. Out
great
of
if
game
you didn't
mode,
like
like
tomatoes.
that would be funny. But out of game, I've gardened a couple varieties of tomatoes, and I'll tell you what, those are some of the most flavorful tomatoes I've ever had. So I don't think that they will be sad about their lack of seasonings and whatnot if they've got fresh garden variety veggies.
Oh yeah, very good hydroponics, well filtered water. Like this place is set up for so much more than what it's being utilized. Everyone present will realize that after a couple days. Like they're definitely spoiled here. They unfortunately don't, well, maybe unfortunately, they really don't know the blessing of what they have, other than the fact that well, we don't have to go out on raids to eat and survive. We can just stay in here and stay warm with our nice little vault beds and our hydroponics and be happy. There was some initial reluctance of them to even enter the trade network because they're like, well, we're kind of doing fine on our own. But then cooler heads prevailed. And of course, in the situation of the world, like, you guys know they're there. So if you wanted to just raid them and then take over, that's a threat that is always looming over their heads, even if you don't act on it. Not to plant any ideas. These are nice people. Don't raid and murder them to take their stuff, please. They've been
Fine,
nothing but
scratches out my
inviting.
note.
Yeah.
Ugh,
I'm
can't
already
do
putting
anything.
together one
Okay.
murder trial. I don't need more. But yeah, is there then anything specific to be accomplished within these next couple days outside of the what we have covered already?
Nope.
No.
Alrighty. Well, with that, everything then will be concluded and provided happily. The weather, when both parties at the market and at the kingdom, respectively, you will see weather is starting to pick up, getting into more of a blizzard. Luckily, you're able to get ahead of it and arrive back at the docks before it really picks up to impede travel or anything. Well, that's going to be to your benefit. With that being said, you will return respectively back at the docks pretty close to each other. Those from the market are going to arrive a little bit sooner, but not so much as would leave you just waiting around. But everybody will have time to confer with those who are at the docks, make preparations. Ifin, your next goal, of course, is the oil rig. Was going
I'll
to
check out
offer
engines
everyone
and
a very quick
help.
break as far as if you need to refill drinks, use the restroom, anything. We can reconvene here in about 10. And that way, too, you guys can kind of consider what do we need? What do we want to take on an expedition, a hunting trip, if you will.
Okay.
So with that, yeah, let's meet back here in about 10ish.
For the sorry, everybody can break. This is just a question about details, I suppose. Um, for the baseball gloves and the baseball and the kickball, do I just drag that in myself? Is that a me thing or is that a you thing?
I don't know if you can. If it's in the compendium, yes. So you've got baseball bats, grenades. It looks like the gloves and the balls by themselves will have to be added manually.
Okay.
Unless you directly turn the balls into grenades, in which case those can be dragged on.
I do not think I have that ability, so I will decline.
Okay.
All right, and
Your friend Smuka
I'm
has
gone.
pretty good demolition skill, if I'm not mistaken. Might put your heads together on that.
Yes, probably. Although
All right.
I was trying to use the sports toys as ways of making life a little bit better for the other, what do you call it, villages? No, settlements, the other settlements.
Settlements, yes.
Yep. So anyhow, yeah, break time.
All right. We shall convene soon. I am back. We have.
Welcome back.
Oh, yes, that bad hand, as predicted.
Where does we have the party inventory? Where's the inventory for the the docks?
I believe that the dock settlement handout has a stockpile there. Yes. So it'll be
Says
in the
Cascadia.
yeah. So in the Cascadia settlements folder, there'll be a subfolder called the docks, and then Cascadia docks settlement.
Is it the dock house that has all of our stuff in it?
No, the one right above that.
Okay. Current stockpile. Okay. Is this what we have in our house inventory though?
No, this would be like the general stockpile for the settlement as a whole.
Okay. Where's the house the party's inventory? I know that the party inventory is the inventory, but there was
Yes.
also a separate party storage.
That would be still within the party inventory.
Yeah, party inventory, very bottom.
Yeah, there's a place that
It's
says
not a
at
lot.
home. Yeah.
I thought we had, because I was making drugs a while back and I had to use common and uncommon stuff, and it was like somebody was like, "No, we have a ton more common and uncommon somewhere," and I don't see
Yeah,
where that is.
that was up. That's the
That's the settlement
settlement.
stockpile.
Yeah,
Okay,
settlement
okay,
stockpile.
gotcha.
Well, on that note, you will have want to used one of your water chips for that there purifier as per inventory. Not that you don't have. I mean, you're never going to run out of those, I'm sure, but
Oh, yeah, I'll take it down.
Small bag of seasoning. Oh, wait a minute. You got Nuka Cola?
Yeah, we got one.
a little.
And bourbon. You can make a bourbon and Nuka.
Well, I mean,
I have 3.
can I use bourbon in place of whiskey? Because that's going to open up some possibilities here.
I have whiskey.
I mean, technically, bourbon is a whiskey. I don't know why they differentiate it in the game.
For classy and choosy drinkers, I suppose.
Apparently, what was it that needed Nuka Cola in here? Was it no Overdrive? That's what needs Nuka Cola. All right, boys, we need to find some rare materials, because if we get a stockpile of rare materials, then this drug situation is going to start spiraling. We're going to go to meth, to angel dust, to freaking medical grade all kinds of nonsense.
Yes, I have 3 Nuka Colas that I can contribute to the cause, especially if it will create items for me to sell.
Yeah, well,
And with
I the Nuka Cola is the ingredient of. I have to make a sub ingredient first. There's layers, and the main limitation right now on creating the primary ingredient is rare materials. So
uh, is that specifically a thing, or is there a particular rare material that you're looking for?
it's just rare materials. I know there's a way to
Yeah.
convert stuff into rare materials. I don't know what the exchange rate is on that.
That has to do with the scavenging and breaking stuff down. I know there is a place. I will just have to find it.
I mean, because if we can potentially break down some of these weapons down here at the bottom into rare materials or something. I don't know. Or if we have high quality binoculars,
All
somebody
right,
should just have
so
those.
salvaging items takes 10 minutes per item being salvaged, requires an intelligence and repair test with a difficulty of 0, which means anything extra gets banked for AP. Roll a combat dice for each junk item salvaged. You receive common materials equal to the total rolled. Can roll an extra combat dice for every AP spent after succeeding, as you salvage more efficiently and secure more materials. If you have the Scrapper perk, you also receive 1 uncommon material for each effect rolled. If you have 2 ranks in the Scrapper perk, you'll also receive 1 rare material for every 2 effects rolled.
So you have to have the scrapper perk.
Let's see. Rare materials are the rarest, most difficult to salvage. Asbestos, ballistic fiber, circuitry. Oh, there's a whole list. Are found in many items but are difficult to salvage. A single unit of rare materials has a cost of 5 caps and a weight of 1.
All right. Well, maybe we'll look. Maybe we'll find some rare materials at the Queen's Lair.
Possibly.
Indeed. And I would say any of the NPCs that are listed as being good at scavenging, they would have at least the 1 scrapper, if not 2. But if a party member happens to pick those up, more power to you.
And what was the check for that?
That is intelligence and repair. Or repair and
Repair.
intelligence. I don't know why the attribute is listed first, but yeah.
Oh, I need to change my big guns back to turrets.
And so that comes too with like any of the like household items and stuff. If you look at, you can get very specific components. Like a stuffed toy will give you leather and cloth.
Yeah. It doesn't. None of the drug
Maybe fiberglass
stuff. All of it's just materials. None of it's the stuff that's specific is the stuff that I listed out in that list.
Yeah.
So if it's not one of those 5 things, it's rare materials, common materials, all that other stuff.
If you wanted to check page 126 of the Wanderer's Guide, it gives a table for salvage and has all of those things. Like fertilizer is considered uncommon, fiber optics is considered rare. So if you get circuitry or fiberglass and stuff and pool those as rare, antiseptic, asbestos, ballistic fiber, those are rare, circuitry. All of those things, if you break stuff down and it counts as a rare component, that will count as well.
Would a collection of pre-war medications count?
I would probably have you do that salvage roll with the intelligence and repair, and then whenever you get the happy face for an effect, that could count. Because the pre-war medications would be They would have special stuff that you'd be looking for making your specific drugs as you want to apply it now, if I'm hearing that correctly.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. It's going to take me like 5 levels to get enough scrapper to be able to do any of that. So,
Okay. But yeah, if you can get like, yeah, looking through like a telephone has 2 circuitry, which counts as rare. So if you can break down a
oh,
telephone, that gives you those components, et cetera, et cetera. You'd want to peruse the Wanderer's Guide in the household items and just look at what their components are. And then
I,
contrast that with the salvage table for rarity.
there's several things in our quote unquote collectibles list that literally say rare in
Oh,
the
yes.
descriptions. So there's probably a few things in here we could scrap once we get somebody that can scrap.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I would let you guys do some salvage. And again, if you can get a bunch of happy faces in your salvage roll, even without the scrapper perk, like with enough time, you can pull the circuitry out of a telephone. You don't have to be an expert. Like you can look at the components and be like, well, these wires and circuit boards and stuff are what they are.
Yep. Okay. Well, I've got the baseline components, so we can worry about the rest of it later.
And we could possibly use an NPC to help with scrapping them.
Yes, potentially. If they have, like, I know there was a couple when I was looking through the list at the Kingdom, there are a couple people there who it lists as their expertise being scavenging. Those would be the kind of people you're looking for. Also, too, like people who are engineers or mechanics would be able to aid in a roundabout way, depending on the specific items.
Yeah, Walt at the docks, Carrie at Pike, the Taylors at the Kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
or the Andersons.
Oh yeah, I have yeah, the list of survivors gives a quick breakdown of so yeah, Pike's
Expert chat.
Place,
Yeah.
Alice Cooper and Carrie are both scavengers.
All right. Well, the next place we need to go is I need to go with Houston down to where all the ghouls live, because I imagine underground there's a lot more fungus.
Oh, that's a thing. I won't even make Greg roll for that. Greg, you have seen tons of fungus around. Um,
Absolutely.
People will just grab
Imagine.
fungus and chew on it as like a little side snack because of it has radioactive properties and is not poisonous. So
Yeah. So I
see
can
some
start. I
happy
can
mushrooms growing.
stockpile brain fungus and glowing fungus, and then I'll really have my lab up and running.
Who are we sending to start the trade network with the underground? Because that might be a thing where you say, "Hey, you guys have a bunch of this fungus. Can you like that? That could be a trade item that we send back and forth."
I don't think they were part of the trade network when we originally discussed it because he hadn't existed yet.
So the meeting that you guys had, they are planning on meeting you guys at the totem pole. And I think they gave
Specifically,
like a week or two, but they would be able to then you'd be able to have that discussion with them. They were going to bring some stuff. It wasn't mentioned at the time that like fungi is on the list of desirables. They might have the wherewithal to bring some, even if it's just for pocket granola munchies trail mix.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, Greg would definitely know of that being available in a fair abundance here and there.
All right. Because we need that to make Radaway. So. Refreshing beverage.
Um, sort of a little bit of a backtrack. Along our travels to and from and all around, would I have had the opportunity to maybe search for a couple caps here and there? I'm interested to see how my fortune finder perk works.
Unfortunately, very specifically in the areas that you guys have currently traversed, those areas have been well scavenged already by the variety of survivors.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah, that was pre-established with other discussions. Let me
Yep.
check though the map because there would be a few places that would be less so.
Well,
I think.
the oil rig.
Oh yeah, the oil rig
Yeah,
has
we are
some
about to go
options there.
someplace, so it'll be fine. Yeah,
Yep.
I'll get I'll get an opportunity. Yeah.
Okay, no. I was gonna say, I think that like the line that would be drawn, the blocks between Pike Place and the library, kind of on the outer edge of the downtown circle. Let me slide over so you guys can see what I'm talking about there. So yeah, between again the library and Pike Place, and those blocks that are kind of on that upper fringe, those would be good for potential scavenging still. Areas around the hospital district have really not been scavenged at all, with the exception of the hospital buildings themselves. Those are
Okay.
mostly commercial, but there are definitely residentials there. I was actually staying in the hospital there, and right across the street was a bunch of apartments, like that I could see from my bed slash hospital room. So I know for a fact that there are residentials and like compact apartment areas. So actually lots of scavenging opportunity there for future reference, should you need.
Nice. Good to know.
Of course. Meanwhile, back at the docks, everyone will be returned and reconvening. I'll get Penny shacked up over there with amphetamine.
Is there any bartering I can do with um, whomever sells weapons and armor and stuff?
That would be Randy and Elizabeth. And the quick answer is yes.
Do they have an inventory that I am allowed to see? That
Not, I haven't constructed like a very specific inventory for them. Um,
okay.
Let me put that into my notes. I should actually have a very specific inventory for every vendor. Um, so let me make that note. I've kind of gone a little bit willy-nilly with it.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, what they will have available at the clothing store, the food place, and the weapons and armor place there. Nothing of a rarity, but uncommon and common. Common things would be available in a higher abundance. Uncommon, there'd be a few things of. And then anything rare would either have to be constructed or otherwise modified.
Okay. Um, Primarily, I'm looking for more throwing things. Maybe more grenades. Maybe some like hatchets for throwing, something like that. Um, that's legendary weapons. I'm getting there.
So
Let's see.
hatchets would be a thing that would not necessarily be here. Definitely more prevalent in the Duwamish settlements.
Okay.
Um, let's see. As far as, let me get to. Let's
Um, okay. I'm
see.
looking at the explosives. I'm not really too picky, but whatever kind of explosive I have is probably going to want to be able to be thrown. So I don't know if plastic explosives or the powder charge are able to be thrown, but
Not especially, no.
Um,
Those would be, yeah, set up as has been
yeah,
done previously. More of a demolitions approach than a throne approach.
but maybe. Okay, so the rarity on the right hand side, I assume bigger number is more rare.
Yes. So you would want to go. The level 3 rarity would have to be constructed, specially requested. Level 4 would be pretty much not available. And then ones
Okay,
and twos, um, fairly easily acquiring. Some of them, like I don't think that you'd be trying to make like bottle cap mines, but that very specifically would be have to be constructed. Um, Baseball grenades, frag grenades, Molotov cocktails, those are easy enough and could be in a fair abundance. They wouldn't have a lot of baseballs available specifically. Frag grenades would be the easiest. Even though it has a higher rarity, the baseball as a base, unless you talk to your friend Greg, who was trying to acquire a bunch of them, then that can change. Because they would be in abundance back at the kingdom.
yeah, yeah. Has the kingdom thought about manufacturing their own baseball grenades?
Nope. It is one thing that is out of their purview. I don't think that there is a demolitions expert there.
It was before we left.
Yeah, I think you want to talk to your friend Smuka about that sort of thing. Like Randy's expertise even isn't necessarily explosives. Like he's been able to provide them,
Hmm.
but as far as making new ones, yeah, you Smuka would be your best go-to out of all of the settlers known and encountered. Let me briefly peruse the list here for the underground, just for the sake of Greg maybe knowing a guy. But they have a lot of skills because they've survived so long. Ooh, Judith, explosive crafting. Greg knows a gal. I think she's the only one outside of Smuka.
Okay.
So you'd have to press him for, hey, amongst your community, blah, blah, blah. But Greg, you'll know if those conversations are had in your proximity. You know a gal, whether or not you want to volunteer her yet is up to you. Because again, the underground is a little bit of a kind of secret, as are the denizens and their areas of expertise.
Um, I have all three books here. Is there an easy way to search for these sorts of throne items in general? I guess is it would they be labeled as throne or melee or control F of throw?
So the that would get a lot of results. I don't know if you'd want to scroll through all of that. In the Wanderer's Guide under explosives, they will have the qualities of thrown. Yeah, let me scroll up some more here to see cha cha cha. Anything that has thrown should have the quality listed, but there aren't a lot. Let me keep scrolling up here. Big guns are not going to have. So probably be a melee weapon that would have the property of thrown, like the hatchet, for example. So let's see, melee qualities. Oh, that's not helpful. None of them have it.
None of those say throne. Yeah.
All of the explosives, like the explosives table, does have.
Oh yeah. Blast throne. Blast throne. Yeah.
I feel like Like the multi-purpose axe. Why couldn't you? Well, I guess that's a big axe. That's not a hand axe. That's like a full-on. Unless you partake in actual axe throwing, which is a special skill, I would say.
Well, in that case, I would assume then that. Oh, now I forgot his name. The guy that
There
I'm trying to trade
are
with.
there are throwing weapons on page 119 of the core, which is just knives, tomahawk, and javelin. Be able to make javelins pretty easily. Throwing knives, pretty easy too. They respectively both have a rarity of 1. Concealed, suppressed, thrown. Suppressed, thrown. Suppressed just means they don't give you away if you're in hiding, because obviously
Yeah,
if you're
no
throwing a
bang.
javelin, you can be quiet, yeah. And let's see, qualities thrown, handy rock. That is the only one I see in the melee weapons in the core book. Just the rock. I guess that makes sense because the rest of them are more not thrown things.
Oh, Molotov cocktail.
Yes.
Can I make a Molotov cocktail? I have some alcohol,
So
or am I not crafty enough to make something like that?
that comes into again. You probably want to talk to your demolitions expert to have them done properly.
Okay,
But
okay.
yeah, if you have
Uh,
like the base materials for that, yes, they could very easily. They'd have like the things that they would need. But yeah, definitely run that by Smooka.
okay. Um, yeah. In that case, I'll probably pick up maybe one more flashbang, and that should be good. We can move on after that. How much does a flashbang cost?
1,000.
How much?
Oh, I'm joking. I was quoting Beavis.
Oh, I was very scared there for a second. I was like, I don't have that much. Where did it go? There it is. Flashbang, 40. Yes, I will pick up one more flashbang, which will bring my total to 4. I will remove 40 from my total. And bam, yeah, I'm good. Let's go kill something.
Alrighty. Is there any other preparations or shopping that would like to be done by the rest of the party prior to taking off?
Nope.
No.
I don't. Um, I'll grab. Can I? How much are harpoons? I'll grab like 10 more harpoons.
Oh, I want to talk to what's his name? Randy, actually. Yeah.
Yes.
I want to inquire, see if he knows of a way to instead of throwing grenades, if there's a way to we could like launch them like a gun to make it easier.
The survival's guide has a grenade launcher. I think it's a
No,
long rifle.
but something that I could load like like a frag grenade in. Yeah,
So
like something that'll
Need a
shoot
junk jet.
You can't. We
CO2.
already
Like
had
a
that
t-shirt cannon.
conversation. The junk jet will not
Yeah.
launch grenades. Apparently,
No, I was thinking more like a t-shirt cannon. Just kind of throw a grenade in there and just like, you know.
What about like a slingshot? Like a grenade slingshot?
Yeah, just anyway. I don't know. He's a gun guy, you know.
Or those dog toy throwers you pick up the tennis ball, you launch the tennis ball with a dog toy thrower thing.
Oh, you mean the
When you want
stick?
to, yeah, big stick. Yeah.
Yeah, those would have to be very specifically constructed.
Yeah.
It could be done, not right away though. I
Okay.
was trying to find the not automatic grenade launcher, just a regular. I saw missile launcher, and then the Wanderer's Guide has an auto grenade launcher.
Yeah,
But
25 millimeter grenade APW. It's a small gun.
that doesn't make any sense. Why is it a small gun?
That's just what it's labeled as.
And that is,
I mean, a Gauss rifle is also a small gun, so I don't know.
yeah, I was definitely not looking in the right place. So there you go. Small guns, 25 miller grenade APW. Cost is 420. Rarity is 4.
Even.
So again, the quick answer is yes. Such a thing could be constructed and provided. It would take some time.
All right.
I don't believe anyone has one in their inventory currently.
No. All right.
The auto grenade launcher is a big gun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I was looking. I was like, well, obviously it would be a big gun because it does big explosives. But yeah.
All right. Something to think about.
But yeah. Well, I guess it makes sense for the Gauss pistol and shotgun to be small, but weird. Anywho.
Yeah. Okay. But like back to the stick. Now I'm kind of interested in maybe starting to think about that and making it be able to throw or help me to throw baseball grenades since we have a stockpile of bait or I know a guy who does baseballs and I know a guy who does explosives and I could just launch them with my little thrower. Would that possibly increase the range of my throwing by
Yes,
one zone?
it would, absolutely.
Nice. You know what?
Being
That's my
constructed.
goal. Yeah, that's my new goal. Is I'm going to try and figure out how to make that.
So I have yet to see anything along the lines of like a wrist rocket or a slingshot. They have thrown rocks, but they don't have assisted thrown rocks.
Well, would we be able to modify like a t-shirt cannon almost?
That would be actually the kingdom could probably find a couple of t-shirt
Yeah,
cannons.
that's what I was
But that
thinking.
would
Like,
be turning it into a small gun grenade launcher. Like that's essentially what
yeah,
you'd be doing.
I gotta have to load manually, and
Hmm.
that's fine. Okay.
Um, so I would actually, the best way for you to do that would be to modify an extra bow or crossbow into having rather than facilitating
Mm,
an arrow, facilitating a grenade. And you can
okay.
make it like a hand launcher or something like that.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
kind of
it,
like a
because it's like the same technology, it's the same principle involved, just
yeah,
a
it's a
different
sling.
thing being flung or shot, as it were.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
If you know somebody that has an extra bow, you could take that apart, repurpose it. Good luck
Well,
finding one. Slash
there's two
Greg has
species
already
of
said that he
reading.
has an extra bow.
uh, yeah. Would that change? Like, if let's say we did disassemble the bow, repurpose it. Would that change um how? Yeah. Look at that crossbow that launches grenade. That's awesome.
Yep.
So like I
Perfect.
I'm primarily set up for good throwing, and I want to continue doing that. If I'm using a bow, is that going to still count as throwing, or am I Am I going too far away from the action of throwing to be considered? Is it closer to shooting at that point?
Those would be small guns for sure. Um, to keep with the throwing skill, you'd want to custom make something kind of like what you were talking about with that dog toy thrower thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
that would be, we would probably use the same property. Well, we would just essentially increase the range, maybe increase the complication range on the roll. But besides
Well,
that,
I think I
pretty
can
straightforward.
already throw one zone further with an increase complication. I thought that's what it said at least.
Which, yeah, that's
Or with
where that would
with
kind
an
of
increase of
parallel.
difficulty or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. See, the dog toy thrower holds a hand grenade perfectly. Look at that. Look at that picture. That's what I'm looking for right there.
Goose is on it. Oh, I didn't have anything extra with the thrown skill. I would definitely let you change from agility to strength in using that.
It's either that, or it would also be really funny to use a baseball bat to launch them further.
Yeah, so that would be a melee, and then it does mention with throwing using like perception to judge distance and stuff. I guess I would probably have you make a melee roll with strength or agility and trying to like, because it's not necessarily super easy to like just toss up the ball and then hit it at a very specific place you want. You would absolutely get more range with it. Um,
But a
but then
lot
I
less
wonder, like,
accuracy.
well, here's the thing too, like a baseball grenade, if you hit it too hard, wouldn't it just explode the bat? Oh, I guess that would be a complication roll. Is that you just biff it. Because if it has a fuse, you wouldn't necessarily have to
Yeah,
worry about that.
I think it would be funny, but I don't think that I'm going to pursue that.
So yeah, I definitely I don't want to like all of those things that you're talking about would be applicable. There is a perk called Heave Ho, which lets you spend an AP to increase the range of a thrown weapon. So we might tie something into that where, like, by using the dog thrower thing, you just spend an AP with the dog thrower and then have a non penalized, no extra. You're just increasing the range with it, as the throw would still use agility for your aim, and it would be doing all the work. So yeah, essentially you'd just be attaching the Heave Ho perk to your device.
To a stick.
To a stick, yeah. Very doable, yeah. Again, custom order item. Randy could have that out for you within a day or two, probably.
I
If you
will
can
probably request that
provide
from Randy then. Yes.
a good stick or thing. He might have to like
Um,
hammer out a harpoon or something to have like a spoon edge and then curve the shaft.
I'll be on the lookout for a good stick.
Yeah, you probably want to have something not too rigid, just so you can get like that good whip to it.
Yep.
Quick answer, yes, very doable. And I don't want to like curb your creativity. Like in a post-apocalyptic situation like that, I feel like it would be only limited by your imagination and materials.
Right. Sweet. All right. Well, I think I've talked enough. Are we waiting until next time to go out then, so that we have a full party, or is he being played?
I would say that might be best. I can move you guys over to the oil rig. Be a nice, quick, easy boat ride over. I'm just wondering if I should make Brian go without his power armor because that would weigh the boat down. I will need to ponder that in the meanwhile. But you guys could definitely make it over there and then be prepared to head inside. It has been a while since the party ventured therein, so you can expect it to be populated by ne'er-do-well creatures. Again, it is known as the Mirelurk Queen's lair, as it were, so things of that nature. It's far enough away to where it wouldn't be the same Mirelurks that you guys attracted with the beacon when you were taking out the ghoul monstrosity.
Greg would have thrown on his wooden armor.
A wooden armor?
Yeah, I got wood armor. It's pretty sweet.
Got a set, yeah, from his dealings with the Duamish. Just because wood armor is something that is in the Wanderer's Guide, and I think that's awesome. So yeah, I think I'm going to replace Doc's token here. So he probably wouldn't be a frontliner. Well, I'll just put him there anyway. As you guys are just arriving, you can decide your marching orders after discussion.
You go get on your fancy wood armor, and then you look over and you just see Sparks strapping into a cage that is just machetes, strapping machetes to myself to give myself spikes.
Yeah.
Just bloody and rusty on top of this pristine, clean machine.
Yeah.
Or just duct taping machetes to the top of your head or dome, I guess. That way you can ram straight into somebody.
I liken it to when in the Firefly movie when they turn the ship into a reaver ship and they're like putting spikes on it and strapping dead bodies to it and stuff.
One of them had the skull on a spike.
Yeah, Spark has undergone some of the serrated plate upgrades. It's one of my favorite things to do in Fallout is like, all right, Codsworth, come over here, get some treads and some scary spiky death armor.
Legsworth.
All right, well, I do have everything kind of ready to go for the docks there. I even went ahead and labeled out some zones.
Ooh, fancy.
It is fancy. I'm proud of myself. Because that I always forget that because I'm not used to it being a thing. And it always annoys me like, oh, right, zones, because they don't believe in range. Okay, well, here's an arbitrary line. But yeah, I actually spent some time to think about that for the scenes there. So yeah, that's all all ready to go.
So how does the game handle like grenades? Are we just assuming that I threw the grenade far enough that I'm not going to injure myself in the attempt? Because I can
That
still only
comes
throw it
with
within.
that comes with complications.
Okay.
And when it comes to using explosive weapons, yeah, that's all built in as far as sometimes you can have collateral damage, sometimes you can hurt your friends. Essentially, explosives will affect everything in a zone, and that's kind of arbitrary. So for me, like there are places where like if you throw it on the left side, even if it is from your like central circle, the next zone, it's only going to affect this half of that next zone, not the opposite
Hmm.
side. Again, it is kind of arbitrary, but yeah, explosives are kind of cheesy in Fallout, and especially in the tabletop game, you can get away with quite a lot. But yeah, that's part of the blast quality.
Mm.
And yeah, complications come into play as far as, well, the good news is the explosive works. The bad news is it hadn't left your hand yet.
Um,
All right, guys.
It's definitely not
Calling
the
it a night.
grenade I gave you.
Alrighty, well, we are definitely all ready to dive in with the hunt of the queen. I'm just going to leave it on the map here with you guys being at the docks there. That way, if Brian comes back to it or we're checking in or anything, it will be ready to go when that comes.
Sweet.